Once again, it's that time of year. The CRCT is next week, and you might be worrying about irregularities, the kind that happen when you're taking the CRCT. Fortunately for you, these kind of irregularities don't require meds, they just require some common sense. Let's look at some of the most common problems and how to avoid them. In yesterday's segment, we discussed that sometimes it's okay to skip a question that's giving you trouble and move on, and then come back to that question if you still have time. But you need to watch out when you skip a question and make sure that when you go to the next question, you're marking the correct number question with the correct number bubble. Oftentimes when students skip a question, they'll fill in the bubble of the item that they skipped, and it causes them to mess up, and that leads to a number of erasures on your form. If you find that you've gone ahead over 3 questions and filled in a wrong bubble, it's important that you raise your hand and quietly notify your teacher so they can make a note of it. But the best way to take care of it is to make sure that the number of the question you're working on matches the number on the bubble sheet so that you don't have to worry about erasures at all. One thing that may help you keep up with skipped items is making a note of it in the test booklet. Students often forget that they're allowed to write in the test booklet. While you can't use highlighters, you can use your pencil to mark items you skipped to return to later, underline passages, or figure math problems. Whatever helps you out. During math testing, feel free to ask for a sheet of scratch paper if you need it, as sometimes the test booklet doesn't have enough space to solve complex math problems. I'm looking at this classroom and everybody else seems to be finished, but this guy is continuing on. Let's go see what's up with that. Now, when the page says stop at the bottom, you need to stop and not go forward. If you go ahead and answer more than 5 questions in another part of the test when you should have stopped, your test will be invalidated. What that means is you're going to have to do it over again because you're not going to get a score for it this time. Now, 8th graders, you need to listen up because this can be a real problem for you if you have a test invalidated. So for everyone, when you see that stop sign, stop and do not continue. So this concludes today's exciting edition of Avoiding CRCT Irregularities. Tune in tomorrow when we discuss that most heinous of CRCT irregularities, your cell phone. See you tomorrow.